install same. Okay. So you no need to remember all the 15 to 17 things, but more attractive kind of stuff, more you can easily tell. So keep it as a first important priority wise. Okay. So the issue is how to improve system performance. Okay. How to improve your system performance or speed. Or if your system is slow, then what you will do. Okay. So you are maintaining a system, your desktop is there, and you are maintaining from last 1 year or last 5 years. You know the different type of issues, like a system is become very dead slow. Even though the good RAM and good processor is there, system is working as slow. And you want to run some applications and system, so like application loading very slowly. So what is happen? Our next one is we learn about a boot processing. In the boot processing, so what is the last step? After OS is loaded, you got a login screen. Once you log in, so after login, you want to open immediately an application. It shows some desktop, it will shows, but you have to start to open some application. But it take longer time. At least it take 2 minutes. Sometimes it will take 5 minutes of for some people. It will take 15 minutes for a certain people, right? So why it is happen after you log in? Why can't you immediately start using your applications? Or you want to open some document immediately, but it will take time. What is happen at the start of your system itself? You cannot able to use as fast as you are using earlier. When you're a fresh system, now you purchase one laptop, you power on your system. Within a less than a minute, system is boot up and you can start to open the application and do it. But after 6 months, you start your PC, it is booted, you got a login screen, you log in and start to open an application, it take 2 minutes. After 1 year, 1.5 year, 1 year, 1.5 year, it take 5 minutes to open the application. So what happened to your system? So generally people throw on the viruses. My system got virus, so it is full of viruses. So then my system is very slow. Okay. So it's not only virus, guys. Virus also one possible, but it is not always virus. Okay. Virus make your system slower. Your antiviruses also make your system slower. But that is good thing. Like even your system is slow because of antivirus, because scan every process when you open. Okay. Even including the loading of the default application background process, everything it will scan, and if it is okay, it is open. Okay. So here it is. In that cases, like you started your system, you log into the system, but you cannot able to use immediately. Why? Because of it, startup applications. Startup applications. So I will start from this point. Okay. I will start from this point. Then I will go for this point. Okay, first I will explain these two things, then we'll go for remaining things. Okay, even I have written this pattern, but I will go with a different point wise only. So what is happened to your system because of startup application? If you go to the task manager, click on the task bar, startup. If you see, these are all applications in the startup. If you see, some are disabled, some are enabled. Enabled means the application which is enabled. So when you start your PC and log into your PC, these applications start automatically in your background. For example, my very first, when I came to office, I opened my laptop first, then automatically my Microsoft Teams will be open. So when I start my laptop, log into my account, automatically Microsoft Teams open automatically. So why? Because it is showing the status is enabled. So this is my startup application which start automatically when I log into my PC. If you see, there is some applications are disabled. These applications do not start immediately when I log into my PC because it is not required. So I disabled it on myself. Like for example, see, this free download manager is enabled. So when I log out and log into my PC, this application automatically start in my background, and it is not required very right now. Microsoft team is required because I have to communicate to my team, my organization, my team. So any messages comes up, it will be there in the Microsoft team only. I'm taking session on the Microsoft team. And morning I have a session and compulsory I have to open this Microsoft team. So that's its important one. But this is application, the mud free download manager is not at all required to start immediately because I'm not downloading anything immediately after system start. Okay. So that's the point. It is better. I have to disable this application. So then this application do not start immediately when I log into my PC. Okay. Guys, understand the startup management. Disable startup apps. Okay. Disable startups. This app starts when you log into PC. So go to the task manager and go to the startup tab and what applications are there in the list. Go to the application. If application is enabled, disable the application if it is not required to start immediately when system is started. You can start manually. For example, if you see this is a CCleaner is showing disabled. It means it won't start immediately when system is started. Okay. So I can open it afterwards, maybe after 1 hour, 2 hours. If it is required, then I will start myself. No problem. But it won't start only when you log into your system immediately, it won't start automatically. Guys, understand this startup management or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So one of the improving performance and reducing slowing of system is disabling startups. Okay. Disabling startup applications. Okay. App applications start when you log into your PC. So where you can go to manage this one, go to the task manager. If you see here it is processes. These are different processes run automatically in your system based on you open. Some process, even if you don't open also, it will open. So this is Acrobat. I never use any Acrobat kind of stuff. Okay. That is a PDF related service. And it is also not required. I need to open any PDF kind of stuff. See, that is, you know, some applications, calculator. I didn't open any calculator. So some application, even if you're not running it, you can, if it is running and it is consuming, even the application is consuming more resources. Some even the see it is Microsoft team consuming 1 GB of RAM, almost more than 1 GB of RAM and 5%, 6% of your CPU also it is consuming. But I'm using it, so no problem at all. I'm using it. That's important one. But some application I'm not using it, or maybe it is running in your background and it is consuming more resources. Okay, a process which is consuming more resources. Okay, like CPU, RAM, and disk utilization is higher, and as well as you are not using that application. Important one is currently you are not using. This is I'm using, so I don't close that one. That is important. If I close this one, we cannot connect. Okay, so here it is. It's not I'm using it. So I can able to end the task. Okay, even if it is not showing on the screen, if it is showing on my screen, then I can able to go close that application. Okay, if it is not showing on, so it's running in somewhere in the background, so better it is end the task. In CCleaner, performance optimizer, it is running in my background, so I can able to end the task. Okay, so find out an application which is running in your system, which you utilize your resources more. Okay, so that is one important factor it is. Okay, that is second point. What is it? The process which is running in your system, which is utilizing your resources unnecessarily. Necessarily, okay. Unnecessarily, then close it. Okay, and check the performance. See, you can see the process. This is performance. See the CPU performance, 10%, 8% is good. Check the memory performance. See the RAM capacity, total RAM capacity, available RAM capacity, and percentage utilization. Okay, check it. For example, I have 8 GB RAM, then definitely more percentage utilization because of lot of background process running inside. Disk utilization, network utilization, graphical utilization, everything you can able to monitor from the performance side. If performance utilization is become very high, even you are running a 2-3 process, but your CPU is taking more like 80%, 90%, 99%. So it is means there is a some application, some process consuming more than it is required. In a RAM, I have 16 GB RAM. 16 GB means very good RAM. Entire 16 GB is full, like a 15 GB, 15.5 GB is full. Only you are getting availability is 1 GB, less than 1 GB available or no available. So it is not good for your system. You have to wait, let any process to be closed or restart your PC. Okay, and you have to do certain type of troubleshoot, like check the any which process is consuming more resources, end those process, close all background applications. Okay, restarting your PC is also see power utilization. Okay, so this is one of the management. Check the process and check the performance of a system also. So if it is unusually it is increase itself, there is a problem in your system. So what to do? If you have more tabs are open, close the tabs. If in case you are open more tabs as than required, close those tabs. Close browser tabs if you are not using it. I open this one like a Java T point. I open another one like a Microsoft learning website. Even I am not reading right now, so it is consumes my resources higher than required. So it is see my browser increase utilization. The performance again availability RAM is reduces. Okay, the utilization CPU utilization, memory utilization increased because of this unnecessary tabs are running. Okay, so close it so you can may save some of your resource capacity. If you have used resources, no problem. If you are not having used resources, better to close any unused things are happening. Unnecessary tabs are running. If it is required, compulsory. For example, this is a mail account, so I currently not required. So then I can close it. Yeah, I got some mail. I will check it later. Okay. Okay. Mainly streaming based any things are there. This is a text related, right? These are all text related. So not a big deal, but it is streaming related, continuous space changing related. It consume your both network as well as CPU utilization and memory utilization. Okay, so that's the closing browser tabs if it is not required. Close application if you are not using right now. unnecessarily you open some application and right now you are not at all using it. So then better to close it. Okay. So for example, I'm not doing any coding, just what I open a thing is like what we can say. Um, um, what is this? It is um, a code. Yeah, that is Visual Studio Code. Okay, I open it. So it is also consume some resources. Okay, it also consuming resources. My CC is a CPU percentage. It went to the 100% utilization. Okay, memory, see, it is fall down. So I'm not using it. Better to close. Then the consumption improves, like a performance, CPU system performance improves again. If you are not at all using, better to close it. Okay. Guys, understand these three things: startup application management, closing the browser tabs, and application utilization. Because I went to the task manager, that's why I told all these two things. And the process kind of stuff. And the task. Okay. So see, this is called a service tab. In the service tab, I want to show you one application that is called a MySQL application. See, it is MySQL application. It is for a database purpose. If you see, it is stopped. If you see, some of services are showing running, some of the services showing stopped. Okay. If all these services are running, system is dead slow. Okay. So what is this MySQL application? I think you know MySQL application, right? MySQL application for a database management purpose. I can create tables. I can log in to check the tables. I can migrate the tables so that I'm not a database candidate, but for my certain practicals, I need this MySQL backend server sometime only. For example, I create a database and I will migrate this database to my AWS cloud. This is one practice. Or maybe I will connect this database to some ETL tool, okay, for modifying that table pattern into different tables. I will combine multiple tables, and what are the required parts of table, I will join them and put it into another table. Or maybe I will load this database to my Power BI. Okay, so different work is I required with this MySQL application. Okay, so but what I'm doing right now, I'm teaching class, right? I'm talking about a hardware, I'm talking about a networking, right? I'm not teaching MySQL. I'm not working on the MySQL right now. But if in case, if this application running in my system, so what will happen? It is also consuming resources, right? If right now this MySQL running, even I'm not using, but that application is running in my PC, okay, either in a foreground or background. If it is running in my PC, it consume my CPU, my RAM, and of course, it is a data means like a hard disk resources. Okay, so I want to control these services which is not required to run right now. Okay, so that is disable or keep the manuals into the services. Go to services.msc, manage the services. Okay, see, this is management, service management. Go to search or run, type services.msc. So I'm going to services.msc. So these are the different services, guys. These services are belongs to operating system, application, hardware, and some kind of services also. Okay, like a Windows update services. You can see there is a Windows update service. See, Windows update service. Currently it is manual. Currently not running. If I go to the settings, update and security. If I go to these settings and if I click on this update and security, automatically this service will run. Currently it is manual. Okay. What is the purpose of this Windows update? So this service make your system update. It will pull the updates from your remote Microsoft server and download those updates, install those updates. This is my Windows installer. When you install applications, this service will run that right related service. It helps you to install application, modify the application, remove the application in your system. Okay. You can read the description also. Add, modify, remove applications provided as a Windows installer package. If this install disable any service that explicit depends upon its fail to start. Okay. Windows time services. It is running because these time services make my system to get updated time from the time server. See, I'm getting the time from the time server. Okay. Windows backup. So when I want to back up my system, so when I run this process, this will run automatically. Okay. For backing, it helps to back up your virtual disk. Virtual disk means this is a process which is used to manage your virtual, I'm sorry, hard disk management related process. This is VMware application related process. VMware authorization service, auto start service, DHCP service, NAT service, USB service. All these services, all these VMware services belongs to VMware workstation. This application related services. This is virtual box related service. This application. So yes, these services are belongs to application or operating system or hardware or certain services. We cannot decide hardware or kind of stuff. If you see, this is plug and play. What is plug and play? When you connect any device to your system will recognize what is the device. Is device having a drivers inside the system? Load the drivers and start working with the device. Okay. To do that one, this plug and play has to be run. If it is not running, when you connect any device, it won't recognize it by your operating system. DHCP client services. This service help you to get an IP address from remote DHCP server. Okay, like this, guys. There is a certain services belongs to your system related services, application related services. Guys, understand what is meant by service? Hmm? Do you got it? What I'm trying to say? Guys, understand service? What is meant by services?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So here it is, there is a startup types of services. Service startup types are there. If you open a service, You can see the startup types. These startup types are automatic, manual, and disable. Generally, the three startup types only. If you keep startup type is automatic, apply, okay. So what happened? This is an application start when system is started. When you start your system and log into the system, automatically this application is started. Generally after login, certain services when system is started, automatically when OS is loaded immediately, certain services will start. Certain services will start after you log in. Okay, so that is also there. Okay, so you can say when system started. Service starts automatically when system is started or when your user is logging. Okay, this is a service. When I kept this startup type is automatically this application start when system is started. Again, we go back to the startup applications and applications. I said in a startup application, you can see the application. Those applications are in the startup enabled. Those applications, when you log into your system, automatically it starts. Okay. So another one is you have to disable certain applications which is not required to start immediately when you log into your system, right? That is startup management. The second one is I told about a close applications if you are not using right now. Either it is in a foreground, like if it is showing directly, you can close it if you are not utilizing it. Close the browser tabs. And another one is check in a process. Certain applications and processes, services run in a background. If it is consuming more resources, or maybe it is unnecessarily running, so end the task. And this is another one, that is manage the services. See, MySQL, yeah. Sai Soumya, tell me. Sai Soumya. Okay. Not able to hear if she's saying anything. Unmuted, but no voice from outside. Okay. Maybe it is, we think it is accidentally. Let's see. Okay. Guys, the service MySQL is an application and I kept the service startup size type is automatic. So what will happen? So when I open, when I start my this PC, automatically this application start running. So why I revised all the points I told earlier. So why? Because understand this one. Okay. I started my PC, I log into my PC, and this MySQL application automatically runs in my system. So what happened? Unnecessarily, I'm not using right now. Morning, I have a technical class. Morning, I'm not doing immediately. That's my SQL application, right? When I required, I will run it. When I required, I will run it. I will open that application. Okay, I will start the service. I can manage it. Unnecessarily, it's why it is my system boot time will be reduces. And second one is like a unnecessarily it is running. It consume my CPU, RAM, and my other resources also. So why should I? So then I put this into the manual one. Manual. What is this manual one? You have to start the service on yourself. Okay. Yeah. The user has to start the service manually. For example, if I kept in this service as a manual one, so next time, for example, afternoon, I got from free time, for example. So then I want to do some practicals on this MySQL. I want to create some table in MySQL. What I will do? I'll go to the services. I will start the service. and then I've opened an application, start working with my application. Very simple. So user will start the service manually. Certain manual services, if you see manual triggered, it's a manual services, some are manual triggered. What will happen with this manual triggered and certain manual services? The related application or related service, when it is open, automatically service will run. I showed for the Windows um, Windows update. Where is it? See, it is manual trigger. Manual trigger. If I go to this settings, if I click on this update and security, automatically it start running. If I click on this update and security, automatically it will run because that is manual trigger start. And sometimes like every week in particular time, particular day, I schedule this Windows has to be updated. So manually I'm not updating it. Manually I can do it automatically when certain time is triggered. Okay, based on the schedule time is triggered, automatically service will start. Okay, it is not required to run every day or every minute, every time. It is if the related service is open or related application is open or manually it is started by user or maybe a time is triggered, then only it will start. I'll show this one. Go to the update and security. So then it is trying to get updates. So then just I click for a check for updates, refresh. So it is showing running. Initially it is not running. Now it is running. Automatically it is started. I didn't start from here because I started from here. I asked system to check for updates. Automatically it triggers this service to run. This is triggering services. Okay. So manual means either user will start the service manually or by related application or a service or triggered by the time. Triggered by scheduled time. Actually say scheduled time. Okay. So that is manual. Okay. So there is certain thing is available now. It is getting updated. So I'm closing this one. So anyway. What is the next one is disabled. Disabled. So where is my application? My SQL. Okay. This is manual. If you see in a manual or automatic, there is a startup button. You can start. Manually also you can start. And it is showing stopped. Stopped means it's a service is stopped. That's why you can able to. So if you keep it in disabled and apply, if you see the startup button is also disabled. Okay. So if you want to start, you have to go to manual and apply, then you can able to start. Okay. So in automatic and manual, you can start and stop. Okay. But in the disable mode, service never start. It cannot be started by users. It cannot be started by some applications or a scheduled time. It is won't never start. For example, you have a system and you don't want Windows updates to be done. For example, nowadays we are living like that, but earlier when I was teaching Windows 10 that time, so compulsory after installation of Windows 10 in the virtual machine, we stop the updates. Okay, we stop the updates. Why? Because of we start stopping updates when Windows 10 is getting updated, the virtual machine is become very slow. Even now, my system is getting updated, right? If any system-based updates are happen, system is become very slow. So occasionally I open this like for practical purpose. So what we do, we'll open the a virtual machine and we'll show the things in the virtual machine, how to do this practical, how to share the folders, that we will show. So what happened? It is just 10 minutes practical. Because of these background updates, it is it is become very slower. And your physical system is updating, that is good. But virtual machine is getting updated, that is not right, right? So like that, okay? So that is not important one. Like a virtual machine is update is not very important one, because you use it for certain days and you leave it for afterwards, right? Okay. So like that, we disable this update, so then you won't get an updates. For physical system, of course, updates are important one. Okay. The point is, guys, what is the startup type? Startup type is automatic, means the application or a service runs automatically when system is started or a log into the system. If you kept the startup type is manual, either user has to start manually or by related application, uh, by opening that related application or a service, the service will start automatically. Or by the scheduled time triggers, also service will start automatically. For example, Windows installer is showing manual but not running. If you install any application or if you update any application updates or installations you have done, anything related to Microsoft you done, automatically it will runs. Disable, it means service never start. Okay, either by opening some application or by user or maybe the time triggers, the service never start. Okay, so this is service management. Guys, understand what is service management? Hmm? No one is speaking anything. Okay, so this is the point. Keep your service either in a disable mode or a manual mode in the service management. Certain services are not required to start when system is started or login. For that services, you can able to keep them in manual or disable mode. Okay, so I covered these points, 4 points I covered. So I'm going to this point, fifth point. So again, stop. People are responding. See, uninstall the applications. Why we should uninstall the applications and how to do it? Go to the control panel. Okay. If you go to this control panel, programs and features, you can see there is a lot of applications are listed in my system. Some of the application I am not at all use. Some of the applications I not at all use, or maybe some applications occasionally use. Some applications I installed it, but I don't know now how to install it. Okay, so it depends upon that one. So I can choose an application, I can uninstall those applications if I am no longer required it. So see, this is a Cisco packet tracer one is there. So Ultra Viewer is there in my PC. Sometimes, students will ask like, so they got it out in the practical. So what I have to do? I have to connect either using any desk or Ultra Viewer to their system, then they can able to manage. Zoom, I'm not at all using Zoom right now, but so I can able to uninstall it. Some of the applications is really not required to be there here. You can able to install. VLC player, I'm not much a fan of watching videos in here. Okay. Some applications are really not required to run. Some applications are required to run. Some applications you may not know how to install it again. Okay. So depends upon it. Guys, you install an application very long time back and you are not at all using that application. Unnecessary. Even myself, I installed one application called a Node.js. And I don't know, I have a very less knowledge about Node.js. So I thought if I started learning about Node.js, then I installed it. And it is not at all required for me. Okay. And unnecessarily I installed it. Unnecessarily the dependent applications also installed my PC. Okay. So better I will go into uninstall these applications. Better I will go to uninstall the application. So then if you uninstall the application, what will happen? Okay. Your application files store in this program files. In this only your application files will store. See, it is MySQL, Node.js. See, it is application files stores in this program files and program files x86. If application is 64-bit, application data stores in program files. And application is 32-bit application, it stores in program files x86. Any program related data, app data folders are there that is also store your application information. Okay. So program data, app data folders contains your application data. Program files and program files x86 by default, any application, once you install that application data stores in here. Okay. Application files, application related files store here only. So if you uninstall that applications, unnecessary application, what happen? Your disk space will be, you will gain some of the disk space. Last time when I was having my old laptop, I have lot of applications and system is become dead slow. Then I first of all I uninstall all my gaming applications. Okay, COD1, COD2, COD3, okay, Far Cry, all these things I uninstalled it first. So I gain almost all of 50 GB from it. And I find any older application that to torrents based applications, we are not at all using any torrents right now. Torrents are not working. So what I will done, all unnecessary applications, okay, which is I am not at all using right now. I can install it later if I want it. So those applications I uninstalled it. Some applications are licensed based, some applications are very difficult to install and configure. Those applications I keep it like that only. Okay. So So what is the advantage of uninstalling application? You can gain more disk space. That is rule one. Okay. Second one is if application still in your PC, it will be may in your startups or it may be in the services. If it is startup enabled or services automatic, the application runs in your background. Unnecessarily running, which is not at all using, but application is running in your system. So it consumes CPU, RAM, and of course disk utilization also. So why it is required to run even if you are not at all using right now? So better uninstall an application. So you need to go for a startup management, service management related to that application again. Okay. And no need to check in the task manager and what are the process running. And you see that application you are not using right now, but still it is running in your background. So again, you have to end the task. So why it is? So it is that part is reduces. So that is the better to uninstall an application if you are no longer using it or no longer required. So that is uninstall the application. Guys, understand up to here? I told, I think 4 points, these points, totally 5 points I told. If you don't understand also, please tell me. I can show you once again. Throws. Okay, Ravan sir send a list. Okay, I think you guys are on to this list. If in case if you have voice and accent and all, please be in the class, guys. Okay. No message like this. Or Baba. Guys are able to hear.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Then
Yes,
why
sir.
no one is responding anything? Asked 5, 6 times that do you understand? Do you have any doubts and all? If you are preparing that something topic and all, I can disconnect it, no problem. It's wasting my time and your time also, right? If I want to go me slow also, I can go very slow, no problem. Class is for you guys, not for me. Okay? I have already learned these topics. I practice it. I do all these things every day. And this is an important point also there. How to manage a startup, how to manage the service management. Okay? What is the requirement if you uninstall an application? So then what is the effect on your system? And everything is not a straight point. I cover multiple points in one single line itself. It's a simple question. When you install an application, where application files will be stored? C drive, program files. That point also I covered. That is required a listening and communicating. And if you are concentrating, if you are needed time, you want to read the topics what sir is shared to you. So tell me directly, I can disconnect the class, not at all a problem, prepare it for because voice and accent class is also important, right? So tell me directly. If you keep silent, it will waste your time and my time also. Because 5 minutes I can able to complete 5 points, but same 5 points will take me 50 minutes. If you are not talking, it will take more time. Because I thought you don't understand, so then I will keep repeating kind of stuff. Okay. So if you are preparing something, I can disconnect, no problem. We can continue tomorrow, no problem. Okay. Nothing. Still no response from the people. Except SR. Guys, here it is. What will happens next? Your voice and accent is two-way communication. It's not about you are preparing something and you are telling something. People ask a question, you have to give an answer. not yes and no, right? If you don't open your mouth, in even like us, like we are all into same only. If you don't ask me, don't tell me something like only accept yes or no, how you perform it. Practice with me also at least to list. Start communicating. Start asking questions. Maybe today or maybe from tomorrow. Start asking questions. Not when is my interview, what is this kind of stuff. Technically or basically what is based on the topic or previous topic or any general technical question also. Just talk to me. So then I can give an answer. Then you can told discuss. It improves thought process of communication. Communication is not a blunder that is you can read it and speak it about it. It's not like that. It is a thought process. You can just whatever the question you got it, whatever the person is telling, you have to speak regarding it. Still no. Okay. Yeah, that's it for now, guys. Um, I completed these points. Remaining points I will complete and will disconnect. Okay. It is no useful with your batch anyway. I will talk to sir. Okay. So these points are we are completed the right away. These what are the remaining things are simple points. These are important points. That's why I highlighted. Remaining delete unnecessary data in the C drive. For to show you only, I kept this data in the C drive. So it is my C drive become a 10 GB free space. So why it is become a 10 GB free space? Because when we are doing these sessions, I have to download your session class videos, right? So I have to remove it once I uploaded it. Okay. I think I didn't remove it. So then see, this is all files are our meeting files only. If you see it is around, okay, it is around 8.32 GB. This is only few points I highlighted it. Okay. So this is 8.32 GB. If I delete this one, what will happen? I deleted it. So then I will gain 8 GB free space, right? Where is this 8 GB free space? I didn't get it. Still it is showing 10 GB only. It is supposed to show 18 GB. Okay. Where the data goes? Into the recycler bin. See the recycler bin. Even you delete the data from C drive or D drive or E drive, the data is in the recycler bin only. It is a only shortcut form. If you empty this recycler bin, if you empty this recycler bin, then only the data will be removed from your system. So click on empty recycler bin. So see it is the recycler bin is become emptied. So working on it is showing. So once it is emptied, it will show. So anyway, this PC. So now can you see 18.3 GB free space. So same way. So I am going to this downloads again from last few classes again. These are the recordings are there. Okay. If I delete these files, also I can able to gain 2.2 GB additionally. Okay. If I delete these files, I can gain more space. So again, delete, go to the recycled bin, emptying the recycled bin. Instead of that one, you can do the shift delete. You can press the shift and right click delete or delete button. I just press the shift button. Okay. Then I can click on the delete button or on the keyboard, shift plus delete or shift and from here it is delete. Okay. So it won't be there in the recycler bin. So it won't go to the recycler bin. See, immediately I gain this additional 2 GB, 2.2 GB. So it is nothing on the recycler bin. Okay. If any unnecessary data in the C drive, just delete it or any data which is not required to be in the C drive, which is not, you downloaded a video, it is not required in your C drive. You downloaded some important documents are there, not required to be in the C drive. You can transfer those data into the other drives. Other drives means like what we can able to say, um, D drive, E drive, you can transfer it or transfer it to the external hard disk. See the documents, so many documents are there, downloads are there, on desktop also I have a lot of files. If it is not required to be there, so better transfer into another place. It is not at all necessary, so delete the files. Okay, use disk cleanup. So in your system, you have a lot of temporary files, prefetched files also there. So go to the C drive properties. Okay, so you can do the disk cleanup. This disk cleanup will make you remove all these temporary files, thumbnails, okay, saved thumbnails also there. So like that, you can able to remove these temporary files, recycler bin content files, okay, thumbnails, processed files, okay, this kind of stuff you can, it will be removed. If you click on clean up system files, while your system is updating, the system related files also there. So those things like updating downloaded files are there now. Those things also we can able to remove from it. So it is 3.6. You don't require any third party tools to remove these files from your system. So 3.4 GB, if I click OK, I will be free from additional 3.43 GB. This is disk cleanup. Second one is error checking. Sometimes the file system errors also cause system slow, file system errors. To check it and repair those things, you can just click on the here. So it will show scan drive and it will verify your drive, scan your entire C drive and check for the file system errors. If any file system errors are there, it will repair it. So then your system works faster. Okay. Second one is defragmentation. Another one is defragmentation. What is a defragmentation? When you store a data, okay, when you store a data and remove the data, read the data, modify the data. So within your disk, you got the fragments. Data fragments will be, so data will be splitted into separate pieces in your hard disk. Defragmentation will help to rearrange the data without any gaps between the data arrangement. Okay, any data is splitted or fragmented, now it is combined clearly. That is called a defragmentation. It's a simple code. Yeah, it has to be completed. If not completed, then it will take a lot of time. So I have to close. Yeah, it is completed now. No errors found. It is when you're doing this defragmentations, error checking, disk cleanup, guys, close all background things, applications and data, any data folders are open, applications open, or any documents are open, close it. Then try to do it. This is optimizations. It is 20 days since last retrieve, means 20 days back I told this one. And this actually scheduled, weekly schedule is there. On the schedule, it will run automatically. Okay. So I click on the optimize. So what it is happen? You try to defrag its system. Now it is everything is clear. Okay. Okay. These are three main points. Totally 4 points. It is delete unnecessary data in your C drive. It can be data on the desktop. It can be downloads or documents, pictures or videos, and directly on the C drive. Okay, if unnecessary, delete it. If necessary, move the data into other drive. Then C drive get more space, so then system runs freely. Clean up the disk using disk cleanup, defragmentation, and error file system error checking with the error checking. So these are the 4 points. Let's understand. All these 4 points.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So very good.
Yes, sir.
R- Remove temporary files and prefetched files kind of stuff. This is lot of people will do it, even though they just like they know it like kind of stuff. Really, guys, not required. When you shut down your PC, once work is completed, when your system work completed, today is completed. So evening 6:30, my work is completed in office. I shut down my PC. I went to my home. If anything necessary, I will open my laptop. Otherwise, next day only. Okay. So if it is longer gap, like a 1 hour, 2 hours, and it is not required to continuity work. For example, I'm working on some project, some PPT. Okay. So I have to go to my home and 8 o'clock I have to open. So what I have to do? I'll keep my system in hibernation mode or a safe mode. Okay. Not in sleep mode. Sorry. I'll keep my system sleep mode or hibernation mode. So then when I go to a home and I open my laptop, I can continue my work. In that cases, I don't shut down. But I may not be continue. My work is completed. I'm not doing any continuity work kind of stuff. Then I will shut down my PC. When you shut down your PC, all these temporary files, prefetched files will be gone from your PC. Sometimes it may not be removed. Even you shut down your PC, these temporary files may not be removed from PC. So go to run, put percentage temp percentage. This is all user temporary files, user applications, temporary files. If necessary, you can delete it. I'm going to do shift to delete. See it is okay. Like that you can delete. Some are may not be deleted. Some are required a permission to delete it. Okay. Some are may not be deleted. It will show us like this. Then skip it or select this one and skip it. Those who cannot able to delete right now because the relevant applications or a process is running or relevant document is open. So those applications won't be deleted. Remaining will be deleted. So it is still these are the data is available. 44 items are available. Remaining 300 above files are removed. Okay. Actually, these are very useful for your system. Even for example, you install an application. The application temporary data will stores in the temp files. You open a document, the document temp data will stores in the system. Okay. So that is prefetch. Yeah, another temp is also there. This is system temp. Okay, this is also a temp, system related temps. System is generated this one, 103. Okay, out of 103, only 3 are remaining. Okay, so it is not compulsory, but we can try. And even this is a prefetch. What is the prefetch? So when you open an application, to fetch to open the application, that prefetch files are important. This helps you to open an application faster. Okay, deleting make your application slow. Okay, first time you open an application, it opens slowly. You close the application and open it again, it will open faster. So why? Because of prefetched files. These prefetched files actually help your system to open faster. But sometimes because of the virus or because of your system contains some issues, operating system related issues, these temps prefetches are not cleaned by after you shut down your PC. This is not cleaned. Second one is these also cause problems sometimes because too many temporary files, too much of prefetched files will make your system slower because it runs in the background even it is not showing any outside because it is help your system for helping it runs in your background. So that's what happen, you make your system slower. So remove temporary files, prefetch files also helps. 1 second, guys. remove temp files and prefetched files. Clear or clean browsing history, clean everything. It means, so here you can see is a history. I don't clean generally, but I will show you the point. Even you know how to clean the browsing history, clear the browsing history all the times, at once, all the times, select everything and clear. So what is the advantage of clearing it is it's clear the cookies, cache files and everything. Actually, it helps you to faster the browser. Sometimes these browsing histories, cookies, prefetches, what happen? It runs in the background. It consumes your CPU, RAM, and your internet power also. Okay, it is better to clean if it is required. Like if you feel your system is slower, then better to clean your browsing history. It cleans your make your C drive little extras free space. Okay, and as well as your browser not having these unnecessary prefetching things, so then the dependent running is will be reduces. Okay, even so unnecessary process, even you open one tab, it is act like a four tab open, so that is also not good now. So that's like that it will work. Scan your system registries with the MalwareBytes. The registries, I will explain it later, okay? So these registries contains your system information, means your hardware, operating system, application, user data. Those information is available. For example, you install an application, application files stores in C drive program files. But application location information, version information, the license information stores in the registry. Okay, information stores in the registry, file stores in program files. Okay, so sometimes these registries are attacked with trojans, malwares, spywares kind of stuff. This MalwareBytes is an application you can download freely. Don't pay, only free version. Take it free version, but paid version is very costly. You can take free version, scan your registry, go to the custom scan and scan your registry for finding any malware, spywares kind of stuff. Okay. Another one is clean your registry and system. You can use CCleaner is an application. Guys, these are the applications. MalwareByte is an application. CCleaner is application. You can use CCleaner to clean your registries and system. But you can do it manually also. As I said, it is there, right? So I am go to the CCleaner. See, when I uninstall any applications, okay, when I install an uninstall an applications or remove some data in system, I use my system for installing so many applications. What I will do it, first I will go to the registry part here, not this one. So where is it? Is after update, it is gone. Tools, registry. Now, so you can see registry, scan for the issues. After uninstalling an application, if sometimes the registry is not modified, so I can able to check it. Any issues in the registry, then I will clean that registry kind of. If you select it and save it, then fix it, close. Okay. Also, you can utilize other tools to uninstall some applications, system restoration points, disk wipe, okay, disk analyzers, so other kind of stuff, plus system clean. If you analyze it, okay, close all background applications, including all browser kind of stuff, okay. So then it will shows how much data has to be cleaned from your system with a one single click. You can able to remove it. Okay, so that is a point. But these two are applications third party. If nothing works, reset this PC. As I said, guys, you remove the data. Even you remove temporary files. You remove data from your you move or deleted an data from your C drive. Okay, you move the data from C drive. You remove the data from C drive. You uninstall the maximum applications, necessary, unnecessary, all applications you are uninstalled it. You check the startups. Even startups also not there, but still your system is slower. Still C drive, even you delete the data, but still C drive showing full. What is the kind of stuff work? So try reset your PC. Okay, you do all the things, but still your system is dead slow, and your C drive showing red color, full red color. Even you done a system cleanup, you remove the data by the self. You are seeing it is less space inside. Okay, less space occupied. So, but it is showing red color. So nothing works. Go to reset this PC. So how to go to this? Go to the settings, update and security, recovery. This is reset this PC. And don't do it for fun because it take almost 3 to 4 hours. Plus, it will remove your applications, settings, and data and OS and reinstall the OS. It will reinstall the OS, but it will remove your application settings also. You can keep your files. You can keep your files, or you can remove your files also. Keep my files means files will be not deleted, but remove apps and settings. Remove everything means it remove your files, apps, and settings also. Okay. So you can select keep my files only when nothing is working, because it take lot of time to for a reset your PC, like a 3 to 4 hours minimum. Okay. So of course, increase your RAM capacity. For me, I have a 16 GB RAM, so for my system, it is okay. For some people, they take big processor RAM and a big processor, big hard disk. Okay. So big graphic card, but RAM is 4 GB, they will take it. RAM is 8 GB, they not enough of RAM to run sometimes, right? So if possible, increase your RAM capacity, add additional RAM, so then your system runs faster. And another one is this is completely optional opinion kind of stuff, not a exact one. Okay. So if you are using a old SSD, sorry, old SATA hard disk, you can change it to SATA SSD. So your system performance may increases, little increases possibilities there. But why it is an optional, guys? There is a cost, means you are adding SSD, means SSD cost you have to bear at least to 3,000 to 6,000 cost of SSD is there. Okay, 3,000, 4,000 depends upon the size. SSD cost. What is the second one? You have to transfer your data from your old hard disk to new hard disk, new SSD, old SATA hard disk to new SATA SSD. Okay. So what happened for transferring the data? They will charge again because not copy paste. It is as it is, it has to be copied. So then definitely it is big headache. Again, they will charge extra. So that's why it is better not go for the 17th point. If you want to add one more, two or additional points are good. And this is finally, do not use more than one antivirus. Guys, your system is already protected by default Microsoft Defender. You can use Microsoft Defender. But defenders can able to protect your system, but not with all kind of viruses. You need sometimes depends upon your system utilization by connecting to different pen drives or different documents you download from the system files and all. More utilization is there means you may require an antivirus, right? You can use any antivirus. McAfee antivirus, MalwareBytes antivirus, or maybe you can use Kaspersky, Nord32, Norton antivirus. Any antivirus, you can use it. Okay, for improve your security to your system, both network security and virus related security. You can use an antivirus, but only one antivirus. It means if you are having Windows Defender, that is okay, no problem at all. You have Windows Defender, on top of it, you install a McAfee. Good, because McAfee override Defender. So McAfee only works. And you are also installed Node 32. Both are there. Now McAfee is there, Node 32 is there. Both are there. So both will fight each other and system become dead slow. Okay. Do not use more than one antivirus. For example, after 1 year of McAfee, you have to you have to renew it, right? You have to pay 2,000, 3,000 rupees for renewal. So you don't like it. So what you will do? You'll remove this McAfee and install another antivirus. Not that it you want to install not that or not an antivirus or Avast, Avera, like that. So many antiviruses are there. Okay, net protector. Okay, like this, you can install it. But if you want to install a new one, you have to remove old one. First, remove the old one, then install the new antivirus. Don't do parallel. Okay, so this is how to maintain the system, how to make system runs in optimal level. In optimal level, not faster. It's optimal level as system performance. Okay, so these are the points. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, good. Take a break, guys.